My name is Maya, and my phone tried to ruin my life. It started on a boring Monday morning, as I was avoiding my math homework. My plain silver phone buzzed with a message, "System update required." I hadn't scheduled any updates, but the phone started updating itself. The progress bar crawled. I tapped, pressed buttons. Nothing worked. When it finally finished, everything looked normal. My dog Barnaby as the background, all my usual apps. Except for one new app, a plain black square. No name, no picture. I definitely didn't download it. Maybe it was bloatware from the update. I tried to ignore it, but it felt like it was watching me. I told myself I was being ridiculous. An app can't watch you. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was peering through that black square. My thumb hovered over the icon, heart pounding. It was just an app, right? What could it possibly do? I took a deep breath and tapped the black square. That's when my boring life ended, and something terrifying began. The screen flickered. Black text on white, time remaining. A timer started at 72 hours, 3 days, counting down. No buttons, no settings, just the relentless countdown. I tried to close the app, but it wouldn't go away. Finally, the home button worked, but now a tiny timer sat next to my battery icon. 71 hours, 59 minutes, always ticking down. I tried to focus on my homework, but the timer haunted me. Maybe it was a prank from my techie friend Liam, but it didn't feel like a joke. Each second felt heavier than the last. What would happen at 0? Would the app reset, or would something worse happen? I tried to laugh it off, but the dread wouldn't leave. The numbers kept falling, a digital whisper in my ear. I couldn't ignore it. The countdown was always there, waiting. I had a terrible feeling I was about to find out what happened at 0. And I wasn't going to like the answer. By the next day, the timer was under 48 hours. I tried to act normal at school, but the timer was always there. At lunch, my shoelace came untied. I tripped, my tray flew, and everyone laughed. My phone buzzed. The countdown app flashed angry red numbers, then returned to white. Later, in science class, a Bunsen burner tipped over, nearly burning me. My sleeve was singed, my hands shook, and again, the app flashed red. The timer dropped with every accident. It wasn't just bad luck anymore. The app seemed to celebrate my misery. First lunch, then fire. This was no coincidence. The app was connected to every disaster. My bad luck was getting worse, and the timer was feeding on it. I was scared. Every buzz from my phone made my heart race. The countdown wasn't just marking time. It was marking every awful thing that happened to me. I realized the app wasn't just counting down. It was causing my bad luck. And it was only getting started. I was terrified of what would come next. The bad luck followed me everywhere. My bike chain snapped on a steep hill, the brakes failed, and I crashed into a hedge, barely missing traffic. My phone buzzed, red numbers, under 24 hours. The app seemed to enjoy my pain, lighting up after every disaster. That night, the power went out at home. The popcorn machine caught fire, filling the kitchen with smoke. My phone glowed red in the darkness, the timer now at 19 hours. The app was feeding on my fear, getting stronger with every accident. I realized this wasn't just bad luck, it was an attack. I tried to stay still, hoping nothing else would happen. But the disasters kept coming, and the timer kept ticking down. I wondered if I'd even survive until 0. The app was relentless. Every second brought new dread. I was running out of time, and the app was running out of patience. The countdown was almost over, and I was running out of hope. I had to get rid of the app. With 12 hours left, I tried to delete it. Every app wiggled except the black square. It wouldn't move. No delete option. It was part of the phone now. I searched online for answers. Nothing. No one else had this app. It was like it existed only for me. Desperate, I tried a factory reset. Everything vanished, except the black square. I tapped it. The timer was still there, ticking down. Now, a new message appeared. Preparation phase. Ending. Preparation for what? I felt a cold dread. Trying to delete the app had only made it angrier. I'd failed some kind of test, and the punishment was coming. The timer was under 1 hour. I had no way to stop it. The app was indestructible. I was trapped. The countdown was almost at 0, and I was out of options. The final hour crawled by. I locked myself in my room, watching the numbers fall. Every second was a hammer on my nerves. I replayed every disaster. The lunch, the fire, the crash. The app had been testing me, pushing me to the edge. What would happen at 0? Would the phone explode? Would something happen to me? The countdown felt like a countdown to my own end. I hugged my knees, trying to hide from the inevitable. 10 minutes left. My heart pounded. 1 minute. The numbers glowed brighter. The clock on my wall ticked in sync with the countdown. 10 seconds. I held my breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The final second hung in the air, and then 0. Nothing happened. No explosion, no alarms, just silence. I opened my eyes. The phone screen showed a perfect digital 0. Was it over? Or was this just the beginning? For a moment, just 0 on the screen. Then new words appeared. Observation complete. Observation? Was I being watched? Was this an experiment? Another message. Subject survived cycle 1. Cycle 1. That meant there would be more. My heart raced. The timer reset. 72 hours ticking down again. I wanted to scream, to smash the phone, but I knew it wouldn't work. The app was indestructible. A permanent horror show starring me. 3 more days. What would happen this time? The first cycle was just preparation. Would the next be worse? The phone felt cold, like a tombstone. The countdown was my engraving. I was trapped in a nightmare with no escape. The observation had only just begun, and I was still the subject. As I stared at the timer, I noticed the clock on my wall had stopped. The world outside was silent. No traffic, no sound. I looked out the window. Everything was frozen. People, cars, even birds in mid-air. Dust motes hung motionless in sunbeams. A drop of water clung to the faucet, unmoving. Time had stopped for everyone except me. Only the timer on my phone kept ticking down. I was the only thing moving in a world of statues. This was the new cycle, the next test. The app had power over everything, and now it had given me a terrible gift movement in a frozen world. Why? What was I supposed to do? I stood in the dead silence, completely alone. The only sound was my heartbeat and the relentless tick of the countdown. The observation had begun again. The nightmare wasn't over. It was just evolving.